Week in the life of someone who works in environmental communications. Here's what an average work week might look like for me. On Monday, I was working from home, which I do quite a bit, and I find I'm actually probably more productive at home, especially if I need to get stuck into quite a big project or I've got quite a few competing deadlines. I had quite a few meetings on Monday and mostly got stuck on with some website work. I usually try and go for a lunch walk to clear my head, but it was raining on this day, so I went for a cheeky coffee stop instead. Then it was back to the laptop, jumping between quite a few different tasks, mostly related to press, so thinking about key messaging and how I could best raise awareness of some of the things we're working on at the moment. On Tuesday, I was out on a site visit for most of the day, which meant driving down some extremely rural roads, not a perk of the job, and then I got rained on quite a bit. But despite the cold and the rain, it was really good to get outside, and getting out on site does give me a lot of context for my work. Wednesday, I was back working from home, but my internet decided to drop off halfway through the day, so I headed to a coffee shop for most of the afternoon. I was really busy on this day and accidentally worked through my lunch break, which generally I try not to do, especially when I'm working remotely, but I do fall into this trap quite a bit. Anyway, I managed to catch up from the day before as I'd been away from the desk for most of that day and managed to get quite a bit of work done, which was great. On Thursday, I was working from the office and it was another productive day. I spent most of the morning in meetings and then I was sorting through some photos from a recent photo shoot. Then I had a spectacular lunch break wandering around a forest, which honestly does do me so much good and gives me such a reset. It also made up for missing my lunch break on the previous day. Friday, I was back working from home again, and this was actually a really quiet day, so I managed to get my head down and work on some really exciting strategic work, focusing mainly on our goals for communications. So, what we want to achieve, who we want to reach, and how we might go about monitoring all of that. It might sound really boring to you, but this is a large part of what communications is about, and personally, I love it. And it wasn't raining at lunch, so I managed to go for a lovely walk outside. In the afternoon, it was more of the same. I don't always love working on one single task like this, but on quiet Fridays when I don't have many meetings and I can make real solid progress, I honestly don't mind. And that was my week. Thank you so much for watching.